Good morning. Internationals as tricky as ever. Well advertised by France's failure to score against the Israelis. That was a real standout surprise. So we got away with it unscathed yesterday. A main focus in League C. Insurance paying out Armenia and the Faroe Islands. And laying the draw North Macedonia and Latvia. Nice and simple lay the draw. I was expecting a couple of goals from North Macedonia. They've been in brilliant form, but they did the job yesterday. You laid the draw, job done. We see these wins to nil. So it's a fairly confident prediction, but clearly not as per expectations, just limping over the line. So this is how that should have looked yesterday. I do a standard stake, lay the draw. Could have cashed out at the 1-0, but I was putting my hopes on a clean sheet from North Macedonia. Armenia and the Faroe Islands, well, insurance comes to your rescue there. That's why I take insurance out. Boom, just for a small premium, it saves your bacon. It was one-way traffic from Armenia, absolutely ridiculous in-play stats. Just couldn't cross the line. That's why internationals are a bit troublesome for me. Trusting this lot, even though they're very strong odds-on favourites. You look at the stats, it should be all on the left. 25 goal attempts, 9 on, 10 off, 16 corners. Should have produced at least a goal. But we got away with it. Elsewhere, very little to report. All of the favourites pretty much doing what they did quite comfortably. Glad I left France and Israel alone. That could have been a bit of a loss. On to today. I'll look at the early ones, and if I'm up late, I'll do the late ones. I normally take a Friday off, but it is the international break. Professional Development League, as you know now. Let's have a look at the percentage for over 2.5 goals for the Professional Development League, soccerstats.com. Go to the leagues, and it will be there. I would suspect breaking the 70% mark. We'll have a look. Professional Development League, 69%. So there or thereabouts for over 2.5 goals. That's your main entry point for that competition. Do, of course, just check the teams they might have been going through an unders period. So you can check that in the H2H. Well, 5 and 4 goals. Overs. And you can check a few more. Overs. You get the idea with this one. Should be a good candidate for over 2.5 goals. 10 goals against Crewe. 7 goals against Huddersfield. Buzzing at the moment. If this is 0-0, well, I'll become a ladyboy or something. Under 21 qualification promotion. We'll take your cues from the market here. I can't give you anything at all. Eredivisie is another one of those leagues for over 2.5 goals. I don't think I've got rid of my soccer stats already. I was going to show you that the Eredivisie is up there with the Professional Development League. Odds-on favourite. That should make that one appealing. African Cup of Nations is purely in-play stats or not at all. You know, Egypt not even fancied 2.7. Maybe they've qualified, maybe they're not. But it doesn't look a great coupon in Africa. Lots of troublesome markets. 2.76, 2.87 the favourite. That's huge. Nearly going to be the highest price you're ever going to see for a favourite. It's going to be that. 2.87, 2.7. So the first 3 matches, the market hasn't got a clue. So how on earth are we going to unpack this lot? 2.76, 2.74. It's an incredibly difficult coupon in Africa today. The markets can't pick a winner. So just tread warily. Asian World Cup qualifiers. We had the majority yesterday. Japan are usually ultra reliable at midday. We expect them to do Indonesia quite comfortably. So that would be one where we'd have a degree of confidence that the Japs can eye the win. Moving on down. It's all lower tier stuff. Nations League begins. Got some obvious candidates, but Spain, lukewarm, just below odds on against the Danes. The pork and cheese have an exceptional home record. Let's see if I can find that for you. Home record since September 2021, they've won 19 of their last 21 games at home. The pork and cheese. And with the Poles, even with Lewandowski struggling for goals or impactful goals, looking for that second, this should be a comfortable evening for Portugal and a good trading match this with such confidence in the home side. Scotland and Croatia. Scotland might surprise the Croatians. Are creaking a bit with old age. Get the old cod liver oil out. Have a bit of a nap between 2 and 3. They are an ageing side, but they are still an ultra quality side. And it's due deference to the Scots that it's 2.15 only. You can look at the FIFA rankings. Scotland, are they higher ranked than I expect? Croatia, are they lower ranked than I expect? Let's have a look. This is the only real gauge we've got during the international break. Is the FIFA rankings. I must admit, I don't like trading internationals. I do prefer league football. It's a lot more readable. But we will have a look. UEFA. We're playing UEFA? Yeah, we're just going to have a look at Scotland and Croatia. Where are they in the rankings? So Croatia just off the first page, I think. So they're not. Yes, they're 12th. There we go. So Croatia are 12th. And the Scots are 51st. So that gives you a clear gauge, doesn't it? Huge differential there, but could be value odds if the rankings come into play and Croatia perform as per a top 12 side. The Swiss are renowned for their defence. They're going to be tested. Mitrovic et al. I think it's Mitrovic for Serbia. He is a goal machine, an absolute goal machine. Was so for Fulham as well. So watch out for this. The Swiss tend to be reliable defensively. They've got the brilliant Yannick Sonner. But conceding 2 goals against the Danes, conceding 2 against Serbia, conceding 4 against Spain and 2 against Denmark. Well, now we're in a spot of bother. So my assumption that they're usually defensively sound was probably going back to the Euros there. But in the Nations League, it's all gone Pete Tong for the Toblerone Munchers. So just got to be a bit wary about them today. They're vulnerable to that second goal. It's all about whether Mitrovic is up for it. Switzerland could be liable if leading. But on the contrary, with such poor form, odds on favourite at home, could be a redemption style match. It's an obvious match that they must win, Switzerland. So that could be one for me to target a bit later on. Must win territory, but been in awful form in the Nations League. 2.45, 2.7 the favourite, and not exactly the cream of the crop, are they, this lot? Northern Ireland against Belarus. Get out there, now. Get a goal in the back of the net there, now. Get in there, son. 1.48 home favourites. Again, we could just check the rankings for Northern Ireland. Should be out there. The 71st. Who are they playing? Let's have a look. Belarus. Playing 97th. So just on the cusp of 100 plus in the rankings. But these are 2 poorly ranked teams, making that one very little value indeed at 1.48, 72nd in the world. But we will see whether the market's accurate. Got home support. We'll have a look at the standings where Northern Ireland are. So they're somewhere here. Top of the league. So having a good time of it. Interesting. San Marino, Gibraltar. Oh boy. I'll get my coat. And that is about that. The Coupe de France. Paris FC, top of the French Ligue 2. Might produce something for you at 7 o'clock. Rodez are similarly in French Ligue 2, I believe. And Ajaccio in French Ligue 2 as well. So all the deux are out there. They're all playing lower league teams today. So on that basis, might be worth following. But it's going to be a quietish session for me, I think. Lots and lots of unreadability, particularly as you saw with some of those African matches. 2.76, 2.87, 2.7. So it's with the UEFA Nations League that we return. I might be up and about this evening, but doesn't look an appealing coupon to stay up with. A couple of readable matches. It's all within your capability, I think. If you just focus on Portugal, Switzerland, and the Northern Ireland match as your main triggers, I might not be up and about this evening for those ones. So have a great day. Looks a tough old coupon. The ones I've starred are the ones I have an interest in. So they look very readable, and it's no coincidence that the ones I star tend to be readable odds-on favourite matches. That's just the market giving us clues. So that be the look really today for the matches of interest. But as ever, when you're reactively trading, you react to what is unpacked in play. So I might see you a little bit later. I do normally take a Friday off. Certainly some early kickoffs that might provide us with some interest. So I hope to see you on Telegram for at least the early ones. Have a great day.